Internet, Eric here. Back with another tag video. And again, it's another tag video courtesy of Night at the Nightwatch Zone. Um, this tag, this one's gonna be fun too because this was a top 10 horror subgenre tag. Um, Kind of like the last 10 for 10 I did, courtesy of him, is 10 genres, and then I picked 10 films that I either loved or just wanted to talk about. This one is pretty much the same thing. I have 10 horror subgenres, and I pick a film from that subgenre, either I love or I just want to talk about, and I do so. Um, I'm going to make it super simple, kind of like what I did. What did I do there? Don't pay attention to me. Um, Kind of like what I did with his previous tag video. I'm just going to do exactly what subgenres he did. And if I'm going to tag a couple people, I think at the end of this, and they can do whatever horror subgenres they want to do. An American werewolf in New Jersey, a YouTuber that I really enjoy, and I'm going to do a collab with sometime soon. What he did is he took this tag and he just Googled horror subgenres. There's a bunch, so you can either do it with these categories here, or you can just do it however the hell you really want to. But like I said, I'm going to do the ones that Knight did. First category is found footage. I'm not a huge found footage fan. I mean, there's Blair Witch Project, Last Exorcism. I've never seen a single paranormal activity, but I'm gonna go with one that I don't own. But we watched this on Amazon Prime. I don't know, 5 months ago or something like that, and I actually really enjoyed it. I don't have it, so bear with me for the glare because I want to at least show the poster. Is Hell House LLC. This came out in 2015, I think, 18. I don't know. You can Google it. This one was really, really good. A group of, from what I remember, is a group of friends or just group of people in general. They're creating what they want to. They're creating their own haunted house in a house that is supposedly really haunted. Murders happened or something like that. And this movie is really, really good at just creeping you the hell out. And I really dug this film. Me and my wife watched this, and she was at the edge of her seat with a lot of this. There's some jump scares. There's a lot of, hey, you see something like this, and then the camera person turns this way and then turns back, and you notice that something's moved. Um, One of the mannequins or whatever that they have there for the haunted house has moved, like its position or something like that, and it's really like, oh shit, look at that type of thing. And when the shit hits the fan in this movie, um, it's a fantastic. God, I don't know, last 20 minutes or so, really, really good. I don't hear a lot of people talk about this, at least in my circle, I guess you would say, either on YouTube or just friends in general. So found footage. Let's see if I can do this. This is, technologically impaired, and I don't edit shit. Hell House LLC. I know they made two sequels. I want to see them to see where it goes, but whatever. Let's see here. Next. I don't know. Okay, this is going crazy. Anyways, we'll do it live. Next is Zombie. I didn't want to go with the typical ones like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, this and that. So I did go Night of the Living Dead, but let's turn that down there. Less glare. Night of the Living Dead, 1990. The one directed by Tom Savini. I think this one is actually better than the original. The gore is up because we have Savini working on it. I really like what they did with the Barbara character in this. She's a hell of a lot more useful in this one. She actually does stuff. Tony Todd is really good as the lead actor. They changed the ending with a lot of this. That you can, let's just say this. I'm stuttering. If you really enjoy the original, you haven't seen this one, don't go in thinking you know what's going to happen. Because like I said, they changed the ending. They changed the Barbara character. It's really, really good. They up the gore. Bill Moseley plays Barbara's brother in the very beginning. Tom Tolles from Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer and Devil's Rejects. He plays the asshole, bald guy, I guess you would say. Highly recommend Night of the Living Dead, 1990. Tom Savini directed. Next, we have Paranormal. This one was an easy one for me. Everyone knows that my favorite horror movie of all time is Pet Sematary. Everyone knows that my second favorite horror movie of all time is Poltergeist with the glare. Poltergeist. What can I say that hasn't been said about this before? I've talked about it numerous times on this channel and other places. So creepy, so unnerving. Great acting, great chemistry with everyone. The gore, as little as it is, man, when that dude peels his face, it's fantastic. Such terrifying scenes with, when the creature actually, turns into a creature and tries to suck the kids in. The tree scene, that fucking clown, everything is great in this movie. And I absolutely love it. Toby Hooper directed this film. Everyone says, Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg was really hands-on, but it's Toby Hooper's Poltergeist. Torture porn. Not too into torture porn. So what was I going to do? Go Saw? I didn't want to go Saw because Night did that, and Coriander did Human Centipede, which I didn't want to talk about, even though I thought the first one was good. Or let's just go with the other standby, Hostel. Eli Roth. This one I really, really like. A lot of wincing moments. Great ending. Great gore. Torture porn, you want gore. And we get an Achilles heel cut. The eyeball scene. So much more. Really, really good. What was his name? Jay Hernandez, who plays the lead. Right there. He's really good. I loved him. As Diablo in Suicide Squad. Derek Richardson, who he's usually like a dork, like he's anger management with Charlie Sheen, and he was in the Dumb and Dumber prequel. He was Harry. He's really good here. I mean, I love the Ollie character that they pick up with, and then lots of gruesome scenes in here. Sequel is okay. Part 3 is actually really good, but the original Hostel. Vampires. Coriander stole my From Dusk Till Dawn choice. And I didn't want to go Lost Boys. I didn't want to do Interview with the Vampire. So a vampire movie that I truly, truly love, that not a lot of people talk about, is John Carpenter's Vampires. This movie is so much fun. Yeah, James Woods, regardless of what you think about him politically, I find him funny. He is so good in this as Jack Crow, the lead of this group of vampire hunters he's basically, him and Daniel Baldwin are the only survivors of a vampire attack. They kill a bunch of vampires, and the head vampire, played by the guy who plays Terry Silver from Karate Kid 3, of all things. He's the head vampire, or he's like the first vampire ever, something like that. Kills all of his men, other than Daniel Baldwin and James Woods, and they basically have a prostitute who was attacked by him. She has a psychic link. They got to try to find a cross before he does, so he can walk, in the daylight. Lots of fun. James Woods cracking so many one-liners. You never think James Woods is going to be a tough guy. He's a tough guy in that. Okay, now I'm going to try to get another picture here for the next category because I do not own it. Let's see here. The next category is werewolves, and I don't watch a lot of werewolf movies. I mean, what was I going to do? I didn't want to do Silver Bullet because everyone picks Silver Bullet. And everyone picks American Werewolf in London. That's Coriander's favorite werewolf movie of all time. I didn't want to do the sequel, even though it's cheesy fun. So I just said, fuck it. I'm going to do what Night did. Because now, again, it needs more love. Dog Soldiers. Can't really see with the glare. There we go. Dog Soldiers. So much fun. A group of military people in the woods get caught up in a werewolf attack. The reason to watch this is for Sean Pertwee alone. He is one of the soldiers. I love Sean Pertwee. I'm just going to ignore this. I'm so technologically impaired. Sean Pertwee, I've seen in this, and I've seen in the TV show Gotham, where he played a badass Alfred. And he is just as badass in this movie, if not more, because he can do more because it's rated R. I don't want to ruin the scene, but let's just see the scene where he's injured and has to be operated on in the bedroom. It's so intense and amazing. I guess Sean Pertwee was really fucking drunk when they made this, and so that's why he's a little more angry in that scene. But I absolutely love Dog Soldiers. Lots of fun. Sequel's been in the works for decades. Deserves a lot more love. It's like no one talks about it. So I'm glad Knight picked that one too. Next, home invasion. My wife's favorite category or subgenre in horror is home invasion, and her favorite home invasion movie is, to my knowledge, The Strangers. And as much as I really like that one, and Coriander picked a good one with Inside, as much as I like both of those, I'm going with Strangers Pray at Night. Why? I prefer this over the original because A, there's more victims. We have a family of 4 instead of just Liv Tyler and her husband that we did in the first one. The kills are more intense, more creative, and I just love the use of an 80s soundtrack in this. Let's just say the pool scene to what was it? The Bonnie Tyler song, Turn Around, Total Eclipse of the Heart. That's it. Every time I hear Total Eclipse of the Heart, instead of now thinking of, was it Old School with the Dan Band, I'm now going to think of this. And now, Air Supply. What is that song? Oh, God. Making Love Out of Nothing at All. The ending confrontation between whatever his name is, Baghead or Sackhead or whatever, and the final person to that song is amazing. You have to see this movie just for those 2 scenes alone. But I really enjoy this a lot more than the original. I really enjoy the original. Next, we have science fiction. Could have picked Critters, because that's my favorite sci-fi horror movie of all time. But I did that with the last tag. So I'm going to go with another one that, Night, how much I love this film. We might be talking about it sometime in the future. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. B-movie cheese with some really, really horrific elements. Speaking of Critters, directed by... And I'm back. I don't know how to edit, but at least I know how to pause during this thing. I'm doing this off my phone. Daughter was at the door. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I think I was talking about how... because I mentioned Critters. This is directed by the Kyoto brothers, and the effects are done by the same people who did the Kyoto brothers, who did the effects for the Critters. Killer clowns come down, try to take over this town. Poet didn't know it. They pretty much take everybody in this town captive, and we have a police chief, a hot chick's boyfriend, and then 2 bumbling idiots try to stop the clown invasion. Excuse me. We have popcorn guns and people turning into cotton candy, and attack or bloodhounds made out of balloons and stuff like that. Creative, fun, creepy as hell in some scenes. I won't ruin it, but I'm just gonna say the ventriloquist scene, and then who doesn't love the theme song sung by the Dickies? Killer Clowns. 2 more. Foreign. This was tough. I don't watch much foreign horror, and so I'm going to cheat. It's UK, done in the UK. So technically, it's foreign since I'm in America. It's a cheat. Fuck it. Shaun of the Dead, like American Werewolf in New Jersey says. My channel, do what I want. Shaun of the Dead, parody of Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, all those Romero Dead movies. So much fun. So very, very, very smart with this comedy. All the nods to other movies. Funny, fantastic performances by Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Everyone else who's in this movie. Lots of fun. Put it this way, my sister-in-law, she likes British humor. Excuse me, she doesn't like horror movies. She hates gore. She loved this movie. That tells you something. She was able to look past the gore and the horror and ended up really, really enjoying this film. Everyone's talked about this movie to death, but absolutely love Shaun of the Dead. And finally, slasher night. The fuck did you think I was going to pick? My favorite entry into the Friday the 13th series. Fight Me. It's like that meme right there. That guy with the drinking the cup of coffee or whatever. Jason Goes to Hell is the most fun in the series. Fight Me about it. Some people might say part 6. I'm going with Jason Goes to Hell, Final Friday. I absolutely love this movie. So much fun from beginning to end. I love every single thing about this movie. All the characters, all the kills, the action. Holy shit, the scene in the diner alone. The gore, especially with the unrated effect or unrated cut with K and B. I don't care. Listen, Jason's in it. They say Jason's in it for 10 minutes. Listen, Jason is physically, in his form, in it for 10 minutes. But you know what? Jason's still in this movie. He may be body hopping. You may hate that fucking body hopping stuff. I get it. I can see why a lot of people say, it's not a Jason movie. I know many people who hate this because it's not a Jason movie, but they love Friday the 13th Part 5. Jason's not in Friday the 13th Part 5. Explain that. You like what you like. You like, I like Roger says. Roger, I'll mention at the end. But, Night, you knew. Jason Goes to Hell. So that's it. This was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying that Night is tagging me in these videos. I'll put the link to his video in the description below. Him and Coriander had a fun video. There was a really happening chat that time. I think we had like 12 people in the chat that time. But let's go. We'll do found footage. I had Hell House LLC. Zombie. I had Night of the Living Dead 1990. Paranormal. The original Poltergeist. I do want to say this. Give the remake to Poltergeist a chance. Everyone says, quit remaking stuff. That's fine. You don't have to watch it. But don't hate a film unless you see it first. I do recommend I do recommend that you people see the remake with Sam Rockwell. I really, really enjoyed it. But Paranormal, the original Poltergeist, torture porn was Hostel, vampire movies, John Carpenter's Vampires, Werewolf, Dog Soldiers, Home Invasion, Strangers, Prey at Night, Sci-Fi, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Foreign, Counts, Shaun of the Dead, Slasher, Jason Goes to Hell. Now, I'm going to tag 2 people in this because a lot of people that I planned on tagging, I had just previously tagged, or I would have tagged, I just previously tagged in the last tag video I did, so I want to do something a little different. And anyone else who I was going to tag have already uploaded their videos. So I'm going to tag 2 people, and I'm going to put their channels in the description below. First off, one of my best friends for over 20 years. I've done a lot of stuff on his old channel. He keeps getting his stuff deleted. But Whitey, from the Whitey the White Guy Show. Like I said, I've known this man for over 20 years. Great friend of mine. He's been on some of the live streams I've done that were non-Two Bearded Losers. I've been on his channel before. I've uploaded, I have a playlist on this channel called Appearances with Whitey the White Guy. We've talked about the Langoliers, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Howard the Duck, I think, is there. I'm not sure. Lots of stuff. Really cool guy, down to earth. I'm just recommending this channel. He does have a political channel, which I'm not going to get into. But Whitey the White Guy, great dude. And the guy who got me into YouTube, other than Whitey, the other person responsible for getting me into YouTube is, if you want to do this, Roger over at Channel Dawnstar. Great friend, great guy, knows way more about movies and film than I do. He's sporadic with his uploads. I'm not going to get into it, but he's sporadic with his uploads because of what's going on. But Roger, if you feel the need, feel free to do this video. It would be a lot of fun. I know you love horror and foreign horror. I know you know some shit with that, so I'd like to see what you have to say. You guys can do it. You guys don't have to. No pressure. Also, anyone else who's watching this video, if you've been bored enough and you're waiting to the end of this, feel free to do it yourself. So that's it. I'm rambling. I haven't even been drinking. I've been talking way too much and way too fast. I'm full of coffee. So I will just say this. Thank you once again for tonight. Not tonight. Thank you once again to Night from the Nightwatch Zone. Give his channel a sub. The man's kicking ass in subscribers. It was just less than a month ago. He was at 800. Now he's at like 900 and something. Help the man get to 1,000, and then, I'm going to take half the credit for it. So thanks for tagging me, bud. Disney tag will be up soon. We're going to do that. And cheers. Don't know how else to end this other than that. Later. Will you stop recording? Bloopers.